So we have seen lot many programs in OpenGL, starting from Bresenham lines. We have covered it. So I just want to recap, or else I just wanted to tell you what all the things we have covered. We have covered Bresenham's line drawing. So rotate triangle was last week we covered this program, that is to about the origin, that is fixed point rotation or a pivot point rotation. So color cube we have completed, and also the program perspective view, though we have not covered the theoretical part late. We have covered this perfect perspective view also. So today we would see Cohen Sutherland program. So we left with also we have covered this ninth program, that is scanline. Scanline program has also been covered up, right? So we left with only two programs, that is a teapot, and one more program is Bezier curve. So we need to cover a fifth module and the fourth module to do this Bezier curve. So chapter number 810, and also simply shaded sin on latent shading. So probably we have to plan for this program. So most of the programs we have covered, that is 80% of the program has been left up. So now we just have to focus on the project and the rest of the programs. Once again, those who have joined right now, so we have covered the first program, Bresenham's line drawing. We have covered a rotating cube, sorry, a rotation of a triangle about pivot element. Last week we have seen, and also we have covered a color cube. Is it or not? We have covered a color cube also. The perspective view, this covered. 1, 2, 3, 4 has been completed. Today we would see the fifth program, that is Cohen Sutherland algorithm, fifth program. And we have covered even the scanline we have covered it, menu driven program. So seventh program, Serafinsky gasket, has been completed. Now we left with only the main programs, Bezier curve and teapot. So that is one of the good program with the logic point of view. 2 point is a lot of concept being included in this program. So, and a quite lengthier program, teapot, and Bezier curve is also one of the program based on the theoretical concept called Bezier curve. So we have to, will let us see the next week what we could do. So whether we could focus on the concepts of a project, or shall we go with this teapot program. So before that, today's session is both based on Cohen Sutherland algorithm. Okay, Cohen Sutherland. So theoretically, all of you know what is a Cohen Sutherland, and how we have seen the window to viewport coordinates. That is, how do you map the clipping window to the normalized viewport, window to viewport mapping. So two concepts are here. The in our program we do go with the two concept. One concept is this: how do you map a window to viewport mapping? That is, this is a window and this is a viewport. How do you map this point to this point? For example, the dimensions of the window may not be the same as the viewport, right? So we have to map it by using few of the scaling factors. These scaling factors in the theory that we have seen, we're going to map this using these scaling factors. In fact, I have made the program very simple. There are two concepts: mapping the clipper window into a normalized square and direct mapping. So we are going with the direct mapping, window to viewport mapping. And I have just avoided few of the code just to reduce the complexity of execution of the program. As you know, when you go with the scaling factors, a program becomes lengthier, right? So coming to the Cohen Sutherland line clipping algorithm. So this is the concept that you have understood: trivially accept, trivially reject, and trivially accept, reject, right? Partially accept and reject. We have seen few of the, we have seen also few of the problems on Cohen Sutherland clipping also. This is a concept, that is, how do you clip the given line, and if there are more intercepts along the boundaries of the window, then also we have seen that is a problem based on this such problem. Here the clipping has been has to be done at the two intersection points, here, right? Whereas here, so three clipping has to be done. First you need to identify this line, and this line. Next line is this line and this line, since this is totally accept. Try to understand in this concept. In this line, you have to, three types of points have to be identified. These points, right? Clear? So let me go to the program, Kohan Sutherland. So as you know, this algorithm follows the same formula as the what we have used. You are going to write it in your program. In the case of top, how do you identify the top position? In the case of bottom, right and left, right, as per the algorithm. So such lines are, we are going to plot it so that you could be able to get the output that is a clipped line. Only the difference what we have is we are mapping window to viewport there. Okay, let me go to the program, and you need to remember what are the outcodes. The outcodes that we use for the Kohan Sutherland, this is the outcodes. These are the outcodes in between right, left, bottom, top. Okay, we are going to OR it actually. Now let me go to the program. Okay, Kohan Sutherland line clipping algorithm. So make a provision to specify the input line, window for mapping, and viewport for displaying the image. So we have different type of cases that you could see over here on the screen. So we have given the lines. So this is an input program. The value of x0, y0, x1, y1 is the line. This is a window. Remember, this is a window. This is a viewport. The red color is in window. This is a viewport. We are going to map it. Okay. We will see the window size and viewport size, all of you. We are going to map this line to the viewport by clipping it on both the edges. Similarly, this is one of the window. The line was from 120, 190, 75, 75. The value of x1, y1, x2, y2. So this is a trivially reject case. See, you are writing the lines with respect to the window coordinates. Remember here, well, let us see in the program, we'll understand. This is a completely window. Remember, this is my window. This is my window. Okay. This is my viewport. We'll see in the program how exactly he has mentioned these two things, window and viewport. So x0, y0, x1, y1 is being written with respect to these lines. Okay. x0, y0. See, in this case, the points what you are going to see in this file, all of you. So this is the window. This is x0, y0. Along the x-axis, it is 90, 190, 175, 165. Similarly, in this case, you could see 80, 80, 120, 120. Line is growing in this way. Okay. Here in this case, x0, 80, 180, these points, and x1, y1 is okay. X1 is 190, y is 20. These lines. Okay. Try to understand. So I will forward this document so that you are able to analyze how exactly you have given the input to the program. So first the main function, when you write the main function, all of you. So with the two arguments you have passed, argc, argv. So we are taking a single. We don't use a double buffer since it is a two-dimensional program. It is enough to go with a single buffer, not with a double buffer, right? Initialize the window position. So where exactly you initialize the window position? So initialize the window position at 0, 0. Window size is 500, 500. Okay. So name of a window is line clipping. So you write line clipping over here. Then call the init functions. So what we have in the init functions, that is calling the orthogonal 2D functions. In the init function, gl ortho 2D, right? Let me go to the init function here itself. So gl color, the background of the screen is being set. Then load the projection matrix, load the identity matrix. map the orthogonal projections to, okay, x mean x max, y mean y max. So it is same as if like window size we have mapped. Okay, x mean x max, y mean y max, we have mapped same as if like the window size, the orthogonal projection. Then calling the display function. When you call the display function, what is going to do? So you are going to create the coordinates. Okay, that is line coordinates. This is the input that you are going to give. 15 line inputs. My line inputs is 15 to 20, x1 75, 125. What you are going to do, you are then you are going to copy these coordinates to the viewport coordinates, right? So initially you have to copy. Window is same as if like viewport, no? So we are copying these x0 to xc0, that is viewport, clipped line coordinates. Clipped line coordinates means, sorry, it is not viewport coordinates, clipped line coordinates. Clipped line means, coordinates means after clipping, what are the resize of these x0, y0 that we are going to initialize. So initially the line itself is the clipped line. Is it or not? Line itself is a clipped line. So we are simply copying 15 to xc0, 220 to yc0, similarly 75 to xc1, 125 to yc1. Clear? So this is the first part. Clear the buffer bit in the display function. Now we have to create a viewport. We do treat viewport as same as if like a screen here, right? Then using the blue color, we are forming the line loop using x min, y min, x max, y max. So we're using line loop. So line loop means what? You will get a this color. Okay. So let me again show you. So we're going to form a line loop. Okay. Those who have a confusion, see here, initial viewport in entire screen. So you are going to construct a viewport of the size same as if like the size of a window. Okay, size of a window. Then using blue color, you are going to form a line loop. So using the value x min, y min, x max, y max. Where is the x min, y min, x max, y max? It is being initialized here. X min, y min, x max, y max, that is clipping window. Then similarly, by using a viewport window, we have created 200, 200, 500, 500, wherein the screen for a viewport coordinates, for the viewport coordinates. So this is a window. So this is a window. This is a viewport. So maybe this few color changes are there. Just have to verify, right? So I have taken a red color for my window, and for a viewport, I have taken a blue color for a clipping. And this is the input line x0, y0 with respect to the values that is being given, all of you. So x min, y min, x max, max, y max is being initialized over here. All of you can see x min, y min, x max. Similarly, viewport coordinates are also being initialized. Okay. So initialize x0, y0, x1, y1, clip line. These are all the major initializations like the same program. Initially reject is a variable we are taken to reject. So initially we initialize to 0 only. So right, left, top, bottom, it is same as if like we have right. So in binary, how do you write 8? It is 1 0 0 0. So it is a left part. Okay. Sorry, right is 1 0 0 0. Right. Similarly, it is left. For left, it is 0 0 1 0. So this will take into the binary left values. So we have a borders right, left, top, bottom, right? So initially we do every line is being acceptable. Hence we initialize reject equal to 0. Initialize right, left into binary values, that is 8421 as such. Then coming to the display function, all of you. Line coordinates are being initialized. We have copied the same line coordinates to the clipped coordinates called the line loop, right? Into the line loop, what you'll do? You plot the line. Is it or not? For example, see, this is a window, your screen 500, 500. This is a your window coordinates. into the window coordinate. This is x min, y min. This is x max, y max, right? GL line loop is been formed. Line loop is been formed. Okay. Draw the line, plot the line GL underscore lines. So I will plot that line GL underscore lines. So using the value x0, y0, x1, y1, right? Then you call Cohen-Sutherland. Cohen-Sutherland, it returns the value of the clipped value. When it returns the value, see here what happens. When it is returns the value, you come out, right? What does the Cohen does? Cohen, it clips the image, all of you. It clips the image, it plots one of the viewport, and it maps to the clipped line. So this itself is a program ultimately. Once again, so let me go to the main part of this program. So hopefully this you have understood. Forming the line loop, drawing the line using GL underscore lines, x0, y0, x1, y1. This is a given value. You have to write it. You have to modify for individual input. See, you have to modify here x0, y0, x1, y1 for individual input, right? For the fixed value, completely accepted. So this is drawn. You call Cohen. So what does the Cohen-Sutherland does? Let us see. Cohen-Sutherland, it will AND the outcodes of check. That is, it will compute check xc0, yc0, and this is a logical AND. Remember, you are going to AND. If AND of both the values falls completely 0, okay, compulsorily you have to show, then both the endpoints are outside the same border. Got it? No? If ANDing gives 0, 0, 0, 0, then we say that part of the line is inside. If it is completely not 0, so we say that the completely it is rejected. Both the endpoints are outside the same borders. For that, you have to AND it. So how do you AND? That is check B using XC, YC not. So what is check BC? Here, see here, what it does. It is a simply OR operations we are going to form, whether the line forms at the left part, right part, or bottom part, or the left part. For example, if the line is completely here, see, the outcodes is left part. The left outcode, you could see it is 2. Is it or not? So initialize code to 0. You do compute the outcode of this and outcode of this. So in this case, you simply reject it. So that is what the code as per the algorithm we have seen. In the case, if you have the case such as this, all right. So what happens? Cohen-Sutherland will compute AND operation for x0, y0, x1, y1. It does the AND operation. So how do you compute the AND operation? It computes over here. That is check int for individual and x0, y0. So x0, y0, which position it is? It is at the bottom. How do you identify? That is by computing here and with initialize code and with this is a exclusive the OR operation that you are going to do to identify where this line particularly falls, right? If the line falls like this is at the bottom. How do you identify? That is by calling the check B using x0 and y0. How it is being called? Here it is being called in Cohen-Sutherland. See, compute, see, check, sorry, if check whether it is accept or reject, right? If the both the endpoints are outside, we will simply reject equals to set to 1, else you have to compute the compute, and it is stored the address C and xc0 and yc0. You compute it. What is compute? That is, it computes of a clipping. What is compute? So compute is used to clip the line. That is one of the pointer variable star x star y for individual clipping at both the ends we have taken, right? For compute also, why this check B has been called? Imagine that our line passes through this border many times. So for the case, the second assignment problem, what we have solved, right? In this case, for this such a line, this points intersects at this point, at this point. So you are going to clip this image. You are going to clip this line twice at one end. Remember, clipping starts from here, you clip till here, then you clip till here. So you call this code check whether it is inside many times until it falls 0, 0, 0, 0. Is it or not? Clear? Then what you do? While code not equal to 0, what you have to do? While code not equal to 0, you have to compute. You have to compute whether it is accepted or ejected. That is, do the AND operation, check XC naught, YC naught. So this is at for the case the line lies in the same border. This is for the case line at the top. This is for the case line at the bottom. So at the bottom, how do you clip? This is the direct formula is what we have shown you in the PPT for the calculation of which is the value ty equals to team x max ty equals to clip. If you have solved the problem what I gave for second assignment, so you would understand this program easily. Then finally store the value of changed value of x, changed value of y to pointer x, pointer view. You go on checking, right? When this condition fails, right? When this condition fails, so you come out of the line. That is, in the Cohen we have specifically given both the endpoints are outside for this case, or else you have to go on computing. You go on computing until you get the finalized value of star x and star y. So Cohen will return the finalized value of star x and star y, and internally when you call compute, right, you could see compute internally calls check, that is to find the values of the endpoints at which border my lines falls, whether it is a top right, top left, or simply the top, bottom or bottom left, bottom right, or simply the bottom. As such, for that we have taken the OR operation. If the question is why do we use the OR operation, this is to compute the outcode. To compute the outcode, we have to use this OR operation, right? We have to compute the OR operation with respect to the value of xy. So if the value of y is greater than max, so we say that it is at the top position. My point is at the top. If y is less than y min, my point is at the bottom. Imagine if both the conditions are satisfied. If both the conditions are satisfied, we say that it is at the, sorry, if both the conditions are satisfied, in one of the case, maybe it is a top x is greater than x max, y is greater than, it is top right. So you are go on ORing the operations to identify the outcode of it. Then this outcode is being plotted over here, right? The code, what it returns, this check b, no, it returns the code, that is outcode of the individual line. In simple language, check b will return the outcode of x0 y0 and x1 y1 when it is being called over here, right? Then we do compute the code to clip it to the tx ty. Fine. So next it will return the code. Now we'll come back to the Cohen. See here. So we have plotted. Cohen is being called. Now Cohen, what it does now, line loop is formed. Line is being drawn. Okay. Then see, now come back to the viewport. So again, it will come to the display function. No, when you call Cohen, you go to the display function. Is it or not? In the display function, you created a viewport. Line loop is formed. Line is being drawn. You called Cohen. Cohen will return the clipped image. All of you see here. See, Cohen will receive the XC0, YC0 or else it will compute the clipped values. After finding the clipped values, you have to create a new viewport at the top. That is viewport to draw a clipped line and the window. So clipped window is being drawn with respect to the initialized VPX, VPY, X min, X max, Y min max, as if like VPX, VPY, it is drawn. When using red color, you form a line loop. Red color by using a line loop is formed. This is at the viewport. Then you have to plot the line. Okay, so you have to plot the line based on the clipped value. That is, if the line is not rejected, you have to plot the clipped blue line, that is GL underscore lines, by using the new value of XC0, YC0, XC1 and YC1, clipped, which is clipped. If it happens only if clipping has to be done. If totally inside, no clipping is done, directly it will copy the value of X0, Y0, X1, Y1 to XC0, YC0, XC1, YC1 and simply plus. So if not reject, that is a flag variable. So simply you plot it. If it rejects, what happens? So first of all, it will not print completely outside. As it is, it has to print. Okay. So let me go to the program here. So as I said, you have to give the value in the display function 80, 190, 190, 20. So this is for the first case. This is for the first case, all of you. 80, 190, 190, 20. That is, this is 80, 190. Sorry, this is X1. This is X1, 80, 190. X1, 190, 20. Clear? So for this, how do you, let me go give this input for you. 80, 80, 120, 120. This is 80, 80, 120, 120. How it is mapped, we will see. So I'll give y80 here, I'll modify 80 to 120. X0, Y0 is 80 only. So 120. See, this is a line that is being clipped that you could see here. So this is a window. So line has been given X0, Y0, X1, Y1. Since the outcodes are totally inside, it will simply plot as it is. Then let me go with one more line, that is here 80, 190, 190, 20. Now see, this is a line. All of you just see here. This is a window I have given 80, 190. Okay. This is X0 is 80, 190. Here it is 190, 20. Now after clipping, the clipping has to be done over here, no? So after clipping, it will plot over here. The line will be plotted. It is mapped to the viewport. So no complexity regarding scaling factors I have written, because I have just formatted the program. So previous program, what we had is, we had a scaling factors to represent this window to viewport. So nothing, I simply accept that window itself is a viewport here. Window itself is the same dimension. Window itself is a viewport drawn at one of the coordinates, at different coordinates, and we are simply mapping it. So maybe that much is enough for us. If that is asked, then again the code will go lengthier. We have to write a scaling factors for a window to viewport mapping. So in the program, nowhere it has been mentioned that you have to map a window. Okay, so you could see here the program clip line using Cohen-Sutherland algorithm. That is, he has asked you the simple clipping. So he never asked you window to viewport clipping. If specifically window to viewport clipping is drawn, then definitely you have to write a scaling factors into your program. So let us avoid that and let us go with this simple program. So once again, see here, those who have not followed, just for review, in the display function, you call the function called display. Okay, main function. In the main function, you call using x0 y0. This is a line. You copy the content to clipped line, then clearing the buffer bit, create a viewport. The viewport is same as like the entire screen, so hence we have given the size of the, basically what is viewport? Viewport is window within a window. So viewport is a window within a window, so we are creating one more window within the window. So one is for window, one for viewport. For viewport we have taken the same. Okay, in that we specialize the line loop using x min, y min, x max, y max, drawn the line that is given values for Cohen-Sutherland, call Cohen-Sutherland. What does the Cohen-Sutherland will do? So first it will compute the outcode. See here, AND operations we have done to check whether it is accept or reject. When you do AND, if the value falls 0, we say that it is to be clipped, or else we say that it is rejected as per the rules of the Cohen-Sutherland what we have studied. So after this compute, no, what it does, it returns the values of the clipped value. How it is done? See, this is code for compute. Remember, that is at the left, right, top, bottom. Again in compute also, check B means it will AND, it will OR and compute the value of outcode. This is to compute the value of code where exactly my intercepts are falling, right? When this compute will return the clipped value to the Cohen, here it returns over here. Then by using the values, we draw a viewport, we form a line loop, and we do plot a line with respect to the clipped value xc0 yc0, because it is not rejected. No, it is not rejected in the sense it went for computation. It went for computation. If not reject means it went for computation. So we draw the lines using xc0 yc0, xc1 yc1, that is being obtained over here after computing. So all of you can give the attendance. So as of now, so if I'm not understood, let me record one more session on that and give you the audio for it. So hopefully if you could follow the algorithm and if you have solved the problem that we did in the class, here main confusion, here you don't have much of the confusion in the program if you follow. If the question is why do you use the OR operator? OR operator is to compute my x0 y0, since the value is to be matched with y max. If y equals to y max, so where is my line? It is at the top position. How do you come to know? By ORing 0 plus the value of top. What is the value of top? Value of the top is 0 1 0 0. 0 1 0 0 or with 0 is 0 1 0 0 only. Hence the value is at the top for the computing this. Whereas this logical and this AND operations we check, because when you do the outcodes of check both the points, if it falls 1, okay, if it falls 1, we say that we have to completely reject, right? If it is true, we say that reject equals to 1. Both the points are outside, or else we have to compute the code, whether it is at the top, whether bottom, other right, or we are going to clip it and copy the clip to star X and star Y. Hopefully understood. Any doubts on the program? Any doubts? If you have, you could ask. We have left with the 5 minutes. Any doubts in program? Have you followed? Okay, I'll send you the program into the Google Classroom, all of you. Try to execute the program with the different inputs and try to follow the logic. So we have a complex program is Cohen-Sutherland, but if you follow the logic, it is easy. Next, we have a teapot and Bezier curve. So these programs are quite complex with respect to the logical and theoretical point of view. So till here, all the programs what we had is related to the theory. The programs not right now what we are going to see, it doesn't only one Bezier curve is there. So teapot is totally, it is like a project program. Almost you are doing a project coding as such. Okay. Let me see that next week what we could do, as we have done almost most many programs we have completed, left with only 2 programs in this syllabus, that is a teapot program and Bezier curve. So program number 6 and 8 left out, and the rest of the problem is with respect to the project, so that once we complete we could focus on the project. So let me stop the sessions today. So request you to give the attendance, those who are not given the attendance. Okay.